Every summer, I retreat to my off-grid lake cabin, nestled in the woods of northern Arizona. It's my place of peace, no traffic, no noise, no politics, just me, nature, and the occasional deer that wanders by. I've owned that property for over 15 years, and every season I bring up non-perishable supplies to stock the cabin: rice, beans, pasta, canned goods, bottled water, and firewood. It's my personal tradition and essential. Considering the nearest grocery store is a 40-minute drive through gravel roads, but this year was different. This year, Karen moved in. Her real name was Janice, but the neighborhood dubbed her HOA Karen within weeks. She had bought the only house within a half-mile radius of my cabin. A modern eyesore built near the lake with massive glass windows, a neon-lit mailbox, and of course a giant private property, HOA enforced sign nailed into the trees. She brought with her an army of rules, a clipboard, and a shrill whistle. She wasn't shy about blowing at anyone who so much as stepped near her zone. The problem: there was no actual HOA. She made it up. She believed she was restoring order to our peaceful community, and she even printed fake notices and handed them to everyone within shouting distance. Most of us ignored her, but then she saw me hauling supplies up the hill toward my cabin. I had just pulled my pickup truck into the trailhead and began unloading crates of food when I heard the unmistakable sound of her heels crunching across the gravel. "Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?" she barked, arms crossed, sunglasses perched like a crown, bringing up supplies to my cabin. I replied calmly, "This area is under HOA supervision. You can't just store bulk goods out here. It's a fire hazard and suspicious." "Where did you even get all this?" she snapped, eyeing the labeled crates like a hawk. "I bought them from a store." "Like people do," I said, shouldering a heavy bag of rice and starting toward the trail. She huffed and followed me partway, watching like I was some criminal unloading contraband. The next morning, I was up early organizing my pantry when I heard distant shouting. I stepped outside and saw flashing blue lights. 2 county sheriff's deputies were speaking to Karen near the base of my driveway. She pointed up toward the cabin, dramatically waving her arms. I walked down to see what the commotion was. "You the property owner?" one deputy asked. "Yes," I nodded. "What's going on?" "We got a call about suspicious activity of stolen goods being stored in a structure that doesn't meet county safety standards." I blinked, then looked at Karen. She looked smug, like a cat about to watch the canary cage get opened. "Sir," the other deputy said, "can we take a look inside?" "Absolutely," I said, stepping aside. "Follow me." I led them up the trail, into the cabin. Everything was neatly stacked: crates of food, labeled with my name, dated receipts still tucked into a bin. The officers looked around, then turned to me. "Everything looks fine here. You've got receipts and proper storage. Nothing illegal about that," the lead deputy said. "Do you have surveillance?" "As a matter of fact," I said, flipping open my laptop and showing them the outside camera, footage clear as day, showing me unloading everything directly from my truck. The officers nodded, thanked me for my time, and stepped out. I followed them back down. Karen was still standing by the road, arms crossed. When the officers told her there were no stolen goods, she shrieked. But he had entire crates of supplies. No one just has that, unless they're hoarding or hiding something. He showed us receipts, video footage, and ID, everything. Checks out, one deputy said flatly. Ma'am, making false police reports is a crime. Her face went pale. They let her off with a warning but advised her to leave her neighbors alone. I thought that would be the end of it. I was wrong. That night I went down to my storage shed to grab some propane tank sand, found the door ajar. Several crates of food were gone. I checked the cabin. More missing. My camera had caught her, of course at 1:14 a.m., sneaking in with a flashlight and dragging the crates down the trail. She wasn't even subtle. I immediately called the sheriff's office. When they arrived and saw the footage, their jaws dropped. They paid Karen a visit. She denied it. Claimed the supplies were hers all along, that I had stolen her food. And she was merely retrieving what was rightfully hers. But the time-stamped footage, coupled with the receipts and my ownership documents, proved otherwise. She was arrested for trespassing, theft, and filing a false police report as they placed her in the back of the cruiser. She screeched, "This whole neighborhood is going to collapse without someone like me enforcing the rules." After she was taken away, I got a visit from the same deputy who'd responded the first time. "You handled this pretty calmly," he said. "People usually lose it when neighbors go this far." I shrugged. She made a choice. All I did was keep records. Karen's house was eventually put up for sale after she was fined and placed on probation. Peace returned to the lakeside, and the fake HOA signs quietly disappeared. The neighbors, many of whom had been harassed by her inspections, even threw a barbecue to celebrate. Moral of the story: when people try to control others through lies, intimidation, and false authority, they eventually get caught in the web they spin. In life, it's always better to lead with respect and truth than to manufacture power out of thin air. Those who weaponize rules and laws for their own ego often end up exposed by the very systems they try to manipulate. Documentation, patience, and a level head can be the strongest tools in standing up against injustice, especially when dealing with a Karen.